Hello world, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to use this diamond stitch pattern for our work, and we will need a 4.0 mm hook and some acrylic yarn for our work. You can also use a cotton yarn for your work. So I'm going to make this for a size 8 person. So I'm chaining 100. Okay, so I'm making a chain of 100 for my bees. Yeah, so after making your 100 chain, you you join your yarn with the help of your hook. Then you chain 3. Then in the next stitch hole you make a double crochet. So the chain of 3 plus the double crochet that you made, making 3 double crochet right now. Then we make another double crochet, then another double crochet. So 1 2 3 4, make another double crochet, another one. After making 7 double crochet in each of the stitch hole, you chain 2, then you skip 4. So you skip 4 of the next stitch holes. Then in the 5th you make a double crochet. Yeah, so after a double crochet you make another double crochet into that same stitch hole. You chain 2, and the same stitch hole you make another double crochet and another double crochet. So we are having 4 double crochet, which is separated with 2 chains. So you chain 2, then you skip 4. In the 5th you make a double crochet, then you make another one, you chain 2, and in the same stitch hole you make another double crochet. So we are kind of making shell stitch. Okay, so we've made 2 shell stitch right now. So you chain 2. Always remember to chain 2. We are using a chain of 2 in separating our work. Then you skip 4. In the 5th you make a double crochet. Then in the next stitch hole you make another double crochet. In the next stitch hole you make another double crochet. And so you are making 10 of these double crochets in each of the stitch hole. Right, so after your 10th double crochet, so on the 10th you chain 2, then you're going to repeat this side again. So you chain 2, you skip 4. In the 5th you make a double crochet. In the same stitch hole you make another double crochet, you chain 2. In the same stitch hole you make another double crochet, then another double crochet. That's the shell one. So you're going to chain 2 and you skip 4. In the 5th you make another shell, so you chain 2, then you make 2 double crochet again, making 4 in all. So you're kind of repeating this. So we've done with the stitches and the shells, so we are going to start with making the double crochets, the 10 double crochets that we did previously. So we alternate between the 10 double crochet, then we chain and make the 2 of the shells, and in all you are separating them with 2 chains. And if you are of size 10, size, whatever. The difference here is the chain, the number of chains that you make. Okay, so we size 8, we are separating our work with 2 chains, but with size 10 you can chain 3 and so on. Okay, so the bigger the person, the higher the number of chains that you chain. Okay, so after repeating and you get to the end of your work, you just single crochet to keep the first and the beginning and the last together. So you will get something like this after repeating your double crochet and your shells. This is what you should be getting. Now guys, let's move on to row 2. With row 2 we are going to decrease the 10 double crochets to 9 double crochet. So what we do is you just double crochet in between the spaces of the double crochets that you have, then you chain 2, and in the shell you make another shell, separating it with 2 chains like this. Then you chain 2, and in between the shells you make 1 double crochet, then you make another shell. We made 1 double crochet in between the shells because we will be creating a diamond over there. Okay, so you chain 2, then in between the first and the second double crochet you make your double crochets. Okay, so after making these double crochet in between them, you realize that at the end you are having 9 double crochets instead of 10 double crochets that we did. Okay, so we are kind of reducing it, so that's what we will keep on building on. Anytime we get to the double crochets, we work double crochets in between the stitches, and with that we get a reduced number of double crochet. Then between the shells we make 1 double crochet. Okay, so we are going to repeat the same for this part and this part and this part till we get to the end of our work, separating it with 2 chains. Yes, so after working the second row, this is what you have. Now let's move on to the third one. With the third one, okay, so this is the second row. Of course, you can use a diagram on my left to guide you for it. Yeah, so this is our double crochet that we created in between the 2 shells that we have, because we'll be creating a diamond pattern there. So we are going to reduce this part too. So in between you make your double crochet, then you chain 2. In the shell you make another shell, so 2 double crochet, you chain 2, then you make another double crochet to create your shell. Then you chain 2. Now because you are creating a diamond over there where we did our 1 double crochet, before the double crochet, the space between the shell and that double crochet, you make a double crochet. Then right on top of that double crochet, you make another double crochet. Then at the side too, you make another double crochet. So at the end you are getting 3 double crochets. Then you move on to the next stitch or the shell, then you create another shell, you chain 2, then you continue with your shell, then you chain 2. Then we are going to reduce this one, so in between the first double crochet and the second double crochet we are creating another double crochet. So at the end with the third row we will be getting 8 double crochet in all, because we worked in between the spaces or the spaces of the double crochets that we created. Yes, so the first one was 9, this one The first one was 10, 9, then this one should be 8. So you complete with your 8. Yeah. So this is it. Then you chain 2. Then you create your shell. You chain 2 again. So we are separating it with 2. You can use 3 chains in separating your works. So this place you are creating a new diamond, so you make 3 double crochet. Okay, then you continue with your shell. So anytime you get to where you made your 1 double crochet between the 2 shells, you make 3 double crochets there. Okay, then we reduce this part by making it 8 by double crocheting in between the double crochets to get to 8 double crochets in all. Yeah, so this is it. Then 3 double crochet over here. So we keep on with the third row, repeating this part, reducing and increasing. So at the end of your third, this is what you should be getting. You increase this part to 3, then you reduce this part to 8. Guys, let's move on to row 4. Okay, so for row 4 too, you have your double crochet in between. Anytime you get to where you have your series of double crochets, you work your double crochets in between. So at the end, you are reducing the entire double crochet to 7. Okay, so you can see that we are gradually reducing this part of the pattern. We are gradually reducing it, and we are gradually increasing that creating that diamond between the 2 shells. Okay, so this is another shell. You will chain 2. Then because you want to increase this one in between that the shell and the double crochet that you have 1 double crochet there, then you make 1 double crochet there, and at the end you also make 1 double crochet. So we've increased it to 5 over here because we just made 1 double crochet before and after. Yes, so we have 5 double crochet there. Then you are going to continue with the stitches too. So at the end of your 10th row, this is what you should be getting. Oh yes, so on the 10th row, this is what you should get, because we keep on increasing the diamond that we started creating and decreasing the first one. This is what you should be getting. It's very easy, just get the concept. You just keep on decreasing where you started with your double crochets, then you keep on increasing where you created or you started creating something. So next, I'm fixing my stitch markers at this part of my work. I'll tell you what we'll use this for later on. So yeah, so just stitch your markers there exactly at where I've placed mine. Then you chain and you continue with your work. So on the 10th row, okay, you end by making 1. Because we kept on decreasing, at the end you're definitely going to get 1 double crochet at the end. Okay, so at the end we made 1 double crochet. Then we are going to continue with our shell over here. So with you chain 2 and you make your shell, then you chain 2 and you make double crochets. By making double crochet, the first double crochet must be in between the shell and the one that you are developing. Then you continue making double crochet in between. So we are kind of increasing this part and decreasing increasing and decreasing. So this is what you're going to do. So repeat till you get to where we started from. So getting to the end of your work with row 11, because you've ended with one double crochet, there's no double crochet to make again. So we just chain 2 and we skip that, and we keep on increasing the other side. So you skip, or you chain 2, then you start with your shell, because we've ended with one double crochet with that diamond stitch pattern over there. So you continue with your shell. Yeah, so you chain 2, then this side we are increasing, so in between the shell and that you make one double crochet, then in between each of the stitches you make one double crochet each. Then when you get to the end, you end by making one double crochet between that shell and the diamond stitch. Okay, so remember to always chain 2 in separating your work, or if you start with 3 chains, you can use the 3, or 4 you can. So you just maintain the number of chains that you use. Then you chain 1 and you make another shell. Okay, so this work is all about increasing and decreasing. So anytime you get to 1, you just move on, you chain 2 and you move to the next shell, because there's no other one to develop again. So you keep on repeating that, increasing and this side of your work, and remembering that you started, remembering to know to always identify where you started your work or where you are supposed to end. Right, so on the next row, what you're going to do is we are still going to just repeat the previous row by not creating any diamond stitch between. So we just chain 2 and we skip this place and we create our shell. Then we increase these parts just like we did. Okay, so at the end of that, on 2 rows, this is what you should be getting. So after 2 rows of repeating that same, increasing this part, this is what you should be getting, right? So you can see that spaces over here. Now the next row, we are going to reduce the diamond that we kept on increasing. So you chain and you create your shell, then you chain 2. So with the diamond, because you're going to decrease, you're going to make a double crochet in between the first double crochet and the second double crochet. So this is where you insert your hook and make your double crochet. Okay, so we are decreasing the shell or the diamond pattern that we started over there. Okay, so we are going to do this for the next 3 rows. Thus we are decreasing the diamonds that we've created, well, the diamonds that we were increasing all this while. So when you get to the end of every diamond, because you are decreasing, yes, so because you are decreasing, you just end in the last, you're not going to, so this is the last place that you make your double crochet. Okay, then you're going to chain 2. Okay, so you can see the first where we started from and where we are ending, we are kind of decreasing it. Okay, we started from here and so we are decreasing it, so we ended there. Now I'm going to go with our shell. So with 3 rows of this stitch of decreasing, you should be getting something like this. So we kept on decreasing by double crocheting in between the first and second double crochet that we had, and this is what you should be getting. Don't worry, the shape will come automatically if you keep on with separating them with two chains, right? So after making, this is what you should be getting. Now we are going to, after the third row, yes, so this is what, after the third of decreasing, this is what you have. Now you're going to create a new diamond stitch in between the shells. Okay, so because where we ended our one double crochet or our first shell, we create one double crochet there because we are going to create a new shell. So we always start whenever you are creating a new, we are going to create a new diamond. So anytime you are creating new diamonds, you make one double crochet in between the shells. Okay, so you have your shell here, then you chain two, and we keep on decreasing this one. Okay, you keep on decreasing this one. Of course, you can slow down the video for better understanding, or you can use the chart on my left to guide you. Okay, so you will make your double crochet in between the double crochets that you have, then you end. Yes, so what you are doing here is as we are decreasing this part of our diamond, we are trying to create a new diamond in between the shells. Yeah, so you chain one, chain two, then you make your shell, then you chain two. Okay, then you're going to create a new one here, a new diamond. So you make a double crochet, one double crochet in between those shells, then you make another shell. Yeah, so we always create new diamond at where we ended like 6 rows ago. Okay, then we decrease this part and we create a new one here. Okay, so as we keep on decreasing, you keep on creating. So at the end, this is what you should be getting. We've created one double crochet in between the shells to create a new diamond over there. Yeah, so the next row we are going to increase the one double crochet to 3. Okay, we are going to increase whilst we reduce this part too, just like we did previously. So you're going to chain 2, then because you are increasing or creating, you make one double crochet outside and inside. So we are at the end, we are getting 3 double crochet. So the first one comes in between the shells, the last one comes in between the shell, then the middle part is right on top of that one double crochet. So you make another shell, you chain 2, then you decrease this part. Okay, so I know by now you know how to increase and decrease. So you're kind of decreasing, you decrease by just making your double crochet in between the first double crochet and the last double crochet, the first and second double crochet. You make your double crochets and that you decrease, but when you're increasing, you make one double crochet between the diamond and the shell that you have. Okay, so we keep on decreasing over here. You chain 2, then you create your shell. So after your shell, you know that you are creating a new diamond over there. So because you are creating a new diamond there, we have one double crochet over there, so we increase it to 3. So you make the first one between the shell and the main one that you are creating, then the last one between the middle one. So we are increasing this part and decreasing this part, and it's a kind of repetition. So we are going to do this till we get to where we have decreased this part to 1. Okay, to 1 double crochet, and we have increased this part to wherever we are increasing. So you increase by, yes, so you make one double crochet here, one double crochet in between, you make your double crochet to increase it. So after several rows, this is what you should be getting after making several rows where our previous what we were decreasing have ended or gotten to 1. This is what you should be getting. And look at where we started developing. Look at where it has gotten to. Then when you get to the end, always when you get to the end, the next row, you don't create anything there, so you just chain 2 and you make your shells just like we did previously. Okay, so anytime you end a diamond, you just make 2 rows, 3 rows without creating any diamond, but the one that you are increasing or decreasing, you keep on doing that. So after working 3 rows, then you tend to decrease the one that you are increasing right now. I hope you get the trend. Or you can just zoom the pattern on my left to guide you with all the stitches that you have to do. So we keep on repeating this side. So anytime you get to where we've ended, we just chain 2 without creating anything there. Then you make your shell. Then wherever we are increasing, we keep on increasing. Yes, so we skip because there's nothing there for us to. So you are making 3 rows. Yes, we are making 3 rows, skipping, then increasing, skipping this side and increasing the diamond stitch that we are working on. So after, yes, so we keep on increasing this side and we keep on reducing till we get to the end, till we get to the 3rd row. Then we move on to decreasing, just like we did for this part. So after the 3rd row of working without any creating of any work, so it's just a repetition. This work is just a repetition of the whole thing of increasing till you get to 1 double crochet. Then you chain, you make you continue with 3 rows of it without creating any. Then on the 3rd, you start decreasing what you were increasing on, you start decreasing it. Then after the 3rd, you start creating a new after you start creating a new diamond. So with this one, because we've decreased to the 3rd without increased to the 3rd without creating diamond, we start decreasing. Okay, so we decrease for additional 3 rows. Additional 3 rows, you decrease, keep on decreasing 3 rows before you start creating a new diamond over here, right? So this work is all about repetition. So after decreasing after decreasing 3 rows, you should be getting something like this. Now on the next stitch hole, we are just going to create a new diamond here. Okay, so we always create a new diamond after the seed row. Okay, and you keep on with this one, you keep on increasing and decreasing and creating new diamonds after the 6th row till you get your desirable height that you want for your dress. Okay, so you can make it as long as you want it, and make sure that after decreasing and you get to the seed, you start creating a new shell, a new diamond. Then you keep on increasing and decreasing whilst you are decreasing the others. Then when you are done with that one, you start creating a new one. Okay, so this basically about repeating of these stitches till you get to your desirable height that you want. It's very simple. Just get the concept. Just know where you are supposed to create new diamonds and where you are supposed to increase up to and where you are supposed to decrease up to. Okay, so now Yes, so when you get to, after decreasing or increasing to your height that you want, you just turn your work to where we placed a stitch marker, the 2 stitch markers, the blue stitch markers. I asked you to place 2 stitch markers over here. Yeah, where our diamond is incomplete, you just place 2 stitch markers up, okay, from where we started our work from. Now we are going to start creating armholes for our work. So with your yarn, with your new yarn, because you're working from the top this time, you just take a new yarn. So you place your yarn there by single crocheting to fix it. Then you create a shell, even though this shell will be a kind of upside down or will be opposite the previous shell, doesn't matter. You're just creating armhole. So you chain, then you create your shell. Yeah, so after creating your shell, you chain 2, then we are going to increase. So you chain 2, then we increase this pattern. So, and then we're kind of developing where our stitch marker is, our blue stitch markers are. That's the diamond one that we are developing to get a full diamond. Then we'll work with the opposite side again, then we are good to go. So we increase this side to till we get to the end. So we are increasing then chaining till we get to our next stitch marker. Right, so you chain, you end your diamond, then you chain, you create your last shell. Right, so now you're going to turn your work by you chain 1 and you turn your work this way. Yes, so we are going to work this side. We are going to finish developing one side, then we develop the other side too. So you make your shell, and you chain, you keep on increasing. So we are kind of developing one part of the diamond, just one diamond at a time. So we are going to develop 4 diamonds just to create the armhole. Right, so after completing with this diamond, Right, so you chain 1, so you can see that we are decreasing. Okay, we are decreasing our diamond over here. So you chain 1, then you create another stitch. So you're kind of developing one diamond before we move on to the other one. So you create your shell, you chain 2, then you decrease, so you get to the end. So you always end at the shell that you have. After creating your shell, you chain 1, then you turn your work. So you keep on decreasing this parts till we get to where we can't decrease anymore. Then we move on to the other side and work the same. Okay, so at the end, when you get to where you go to 1 double crochet, you just chain, make your shell, then you chain 2, then you make a shell. Okay, so if you want your armhole to just be longer, you can keep on making the shell and you chain 2 and make a shell, then you turn your work, okay, till you get to a longer height for your armhole. But I want to end here for my client, so I'm just going to end here for the person. Then I'm going to work for the other, to develop the other diamonds. So I have like 3 more diamonds to develop. So you chain 1. Okay, so let me end by chaining 1 and chaining 2 and joining without creating any shell. As I said earlier on, you can continue creating your shell, chaining 1 and chaining 2 and creating your shell till you get to the height or the length of the armhole that you want. But I want to end here, so that's why I'm cutting off my yarn. Now I'm going to work for the other 3, so I'm going to work this side. So when I'm done with that side, I'll work for the diamond here and the diamond here. So I have 3 more diamonds to work. So after working all the 4 or developing all the 4 diamonds, this is what you should be getting. So you're going to fix the top parts together from the inside, not we are going to fix it from the inside. So basically you just turn your work, or you can just turn the back like this, then you join the pieces from the back so that your joining, or where you join, will not be shown, will only be shown in the inside but not on the outside. Okay, so you just join your work here by single crocheting, or if you have a needle, you can use your needle with your yarn and just join the two at the top, or you can just have a single crochet. Then just have a single crochet joining them, the two pieces together. So you do that for both ends and our work will be done. Guys, if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, check below and subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell right by the subscription button so that anytime I post anything, you'll be alerted or you'll be notified. Okay, so you just tie your yarn there and tie it well. Then you cut off all the excess yarn that you have. You do the same for the other part of your work. Okay, so after joining this, what you have, and you realize that my armhole is kind of short, but as I said earlier, I can increase it. So this is my armhole, very short, but you can increase it by continuing with your shell till you get to your height that you want. You do the same for this side, and at the end, guys, this is what you have. This is your work. It's so beautiful. You can make it as long as you want, okay, by continuing with your shells way down. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial and stay tuned to my channel for more amazing videos like this. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.